Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? What's good? Did I scare you? Did I scare you? All right, so let's talk some Jasmine. Let's talk some crypto. What's going on? Have a look at the charts a little bit. All right, so Jasmine, as we see right now, guys, listen, we had a daily close above the 30-day SMA yesterday. We wicked. Look at how far down we wicked, right down to support here. We turned it into support, this 1 cent 9.5. As you can see, it was resistance for 3 days in a row. Resistance back here as well. We finally broke through it, closed above the 30-day SMA. Now we've retested it as support. I wouldn't be shocked to see this candle eat all the way back up over the 30-day SMA before the daily close today. That would be perfect. We still got about 4 hours to go before we can see that happen. So the RSI is in neutral, only at 50.02. So we do have the room that we can shoot up here, guys. If we have a good close, yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. It's good that we tested this as support and wicked, like we support bounced off it like really hard, all the way back up to this support level here at 2 cents 02, where we're resting right now. So very, very juicy there. So yeah, that's what Jasmy's looking like. Actually, you know what? Let's pull up Bitcoin. Let's have a look at BTC. All right, so look at this, guys. You want to see bullish? You want to see bullish? Guys, we are right now, we are outside of this. Let me just zoom out here for you and show you. Look, we are broken out right now on Bitcoin, guys. We have officially broken out of this pattern. But here's the thing. We did it 1, 2, 3 times before. Okay, so let's zoom in again here. Now listen, the trick here is we need to close this daily candle that we're on right now. We need to close it in 4 hours outside of this pattern, guys. We need to close above 64. Let's say around that. Yeah, a close above 64 would be fantastic, but we got to close right up here where we are. If we can do that, I would not be shocked to see another spike to the upside, maybe to 68, 69K, if we can close outside of here, right? So the next couple of days, we talked about this in great detail in a video group chat over on the Patreon. Just last night, we were talking about this breakout, guys. So if we can close here, maybe come back and retest it tomorrow or the next day as support, then we can run, right? That would be fantastic. But first things first, let's close this daily candle on the breakout here first. Let's do that, and I think we're going to see a shoot up to 72.6, back to the all-time high here. That's where I see us going next. So yeah, if we can close outside of here, right? So we got to stay on track here, guys. We got to keep an eye on it. And then we'll see, right? By the way, guys, after the news, I'll get into the chat. So just understand, I'm not ignoring you. So put all your questions in the chat and everything. I'll get to them after we get through the news, okay? All right, so that's Bitcoin is looking good. We're officially broken out. Let's go have a look at the bubbles. Things are looking good, guys. Things are looking good as we see BTC just a hair below $2 below 67K right now, guys. Very, very nice. Jasmy holding 2 cents 014. Another daily close for Jasmy above that 2 cent level. Very, very bullish as well. So we need to pay close attention to that. That's what we'll be looking at in about 4 hours. We're going to be watching for that. So as we look across the market, I mean, we're seeing a little bit of red, but that's just because we pumped so hard yesterday, right? We're seeing minor corrections for the most part, 3%, 4%, nothing like massive. Turbo's up another 12, 13%. Let's round up to 13%. Turbo's up 270% on the month. If you're over on the Patreon and you got into Turbo, congratulations, because, we got some other calls we have that we're looking at over on the Patreon right now too, guys. So get over there. I'm telling you, you're definitely missing out. Right, let's get into some of the news. Also, guys, make sure you're smashing the like and the subscribe button, right? We got to get this channel growing. The digital chamber, the U.S. must act swiftly on crypto regulations. Let's listen in.
So, coming back to what we were talking earlier about the market structure bill, that legislation would address a lot of the challenges businesses have in innovating in the US today. Just having that regulatory clarity would go so far. And I think it would be a huge boon to the US economy overall, because there are many companies that want to bring their products and services to the United States, but today they don't feel like they do. So in the meantime, the most innovative products are getting regulated and brought to market outside of the United States.
Right. Yeah.
We're seeing many exciting products being launched all throughout the Middle East, including the UAE. There's a lot happening in Asia, including Singapore and Thailand and Japan. And Europe, to some extent, they've kind of got a legal framework in place. Now they're trying to get some traction with the industry. But we do question, will the U.S. be the global hub of technology innovation in the future? And I think that is at risk if we cannot get our act together and provide a legal framework so businesses and investors can build in this space.
I do think that the U.S. will be a leading global hub for digital assets. A lot of people are pointing to this election in November as a key turning point in this market going absolutely ballistic, right? So that's just one more thing that we have to continue to pay attention to, right? YM Champ, don't worry, brother. I will get to your comment. I see it. I will get to your comments, guys. I'm just getting through the news first, and then I will jump over to the comments afterwards, okay? So put your comments in there. Put your questions in there. I will get to them, guys. What else do we got? Bitcoin currently testing breaking out of the bull flag pattern, which we officially have done, as I just showed you over on the Bitcoin chart. When it does, I hope you're ready. So we are officially broken out, guys. Again, going back to the Bitcoin chart, if we can close we're at 66.9 right now, guys. 66.9, 67,000. If we can close around there, guys, holy smokes, are we going to head up? And that's just my opinion, right? But that's I mean, that's not just my opinion. That's a lot of people's opinions. 68, 69K is the next level. So we need to pay attention to. So Bitcoin ETFs saw $555 million in inflows yesterday, the highest in over 4 months. We continue to see this accumulation, guys, on a mass level. Check this out. Coinbase says, can the crypto voter actually impact the outcome of the election? Well, in a swing state, actually, yes. And Pennsylvania, look at this, Pennsylvania. And a lot of speculation over whoever wins Pennsylvania is going to win the election, right? 1.4 million crypto voters in Pennsylvania with a 77,000 vote differential. So yes, if Pennsylvania is the linchpin of this election, and there's 1.4 million crypto voters, yes, crypto voters most definitely can decide the outcome of this election. That's pretty crazy, guys. That's pretty crazy to think about. All right, what else do we got? Adam Back's company, Blockstream, raises $210 million to acquire more Bitcoin for its treasury and support initiatives such as Layer 2 development and Bitcoin mining. Another company, guys, adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets, adopting the MicroStrategy strategy. See what I did there? All right, we got some Onyx coin update here. Gas refunds will be processed on the last week of every month. This month will occur on the 31st of October to account for the program's start date. Guys, so what that means, if you're unaware, they just passed a proposal. They had a proposal that we all voted on, the community, and it was for free gas fees, to be reimbursed for gas fees for staking and for voting on the DAO. And it passed. So we're looking at reimbursements will happen for your gas fees for whatever you do, staking and voting. at the last weekend of every month. All right, so there you go with that. I know a lot of people will be asking, oh, I thought it was free, and they'll freak out. But so I try to put it out there, try to get the message out there, guys. I'll do a separate video talking about it on Onyx Coin a little bit later today as well. So stay tuned for that. What else is going on out there? Watcher Guru says total spot Bitcoin ETF trading volume has now surpassed $2.1 billion for the second consecutive day. You absolutely love to see it. YM Champ with the super chat. Here is a turbo pump tip. Hey, brother, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for the support, man. It means a lot. And I am so happy that you made a lot of money on Turbo. In fact, you're still making a lot of money on Turbo because I believe it is actually up another 12% on the day today. So I am absolutely euphorically happy for you, my friend. Thank you so much for your support, brother. It means a lot. What else do we have here? Okay, so check this out. Bitcoin's MACD is about to break bullish crossover on the weekly chart for the first time in 364 days, guys, since last October, right? Check this out. Oh, you can't see it here. Let me do this. Check this out. Boom. The MACD crossover, guys, the bullish crossover, golden cross area. Look what happened last time right here. Oh, can you see right here? Look what happened last time. Boom. Look at that run up last year at this time because of the golden cross on the MACD. So here we are, guys. We're seeing all metrics. We are ready for liftoff. Let's freaking go. All right, what else do we got? Eleanor Tourette. Let's see what she's talking about. We love Eleanor Tourette. She says, new crypto asset manager, Bitwise Invest, which recently filed an XRP ETF, says it has surpassed $5 billion in assets under management, with BTC ETFs contributing more than $2.7 billion. That represents 400% growth for the company in 2024. Guys, MicroStrategy has outperformed literally everything this year because of their Bitcoin holdings. Bitwise Invest is up 400% growth because of their Bitcoin ETF contributions. Guys, how do you not see what's happening here? If you don't see it, man, I don't know what to tell you. Like, every company is getting on board with this, guys. Every company. You're going to see these companies start to pour in like an avalanche. And here's what it's going to be like. As we talk about this all the time, people are going to say that you were lucky, right? We got through the bear market, all the FUD, and then you're going to have this is all your friends and your family and everyone in your life who doubts you and stuff like that about your investments, and they're just going to say, oh, he's lucky. It's lucky. Yeah, it had nothing to do with the turmoil we've had to endure over the last 3 freaking years, right? Unbelievable. What else do we got? Turbo has officially exceeded 400,000 holders on chain new milestone, guys. Awesome. Congratulations to the Turbo community for that, guys. Wallets continue to grow, holders continue to grow. I'm happy to say I'm one of them. So there you go, right? More bullish news on Bitcoin. BlackRock and Fidelity have increased their Bitcoin ETF holdings to a combined total of 550,913 BTC, worth 36.8 billion, guys. Billy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's check in on Michael Vandepop, see what he's talking about. It says the tides are changing on Bitcoin. More than 500 million in inflows in the Bitcoin ETFs in a single day. I think that at this pace is going to continue in the coming months, carrying the market of Bitcoin towards 90K before the end of year. You love to see it, guys. Let's see. He's saying something else too. He's talking some smack. In general, most of the altcoins are so incredibly undervalued. In 12 months, they'll be significantly higher values that it's almost stupid to not be buying them. He's got a point. And here's the thing, I get asked this question all the time with random altcoins, right? Whether it's XCN or JASMY or whatever it is, Swift, people are like, yeah, I'm holding this coin, is it a mistake? Like, is it going to pump? It's not pumping. Guys, I've said this 100 times. I've been around a long time, okay? A long time. My beard was black when I got into crypto, okay? Black as night. Now I look like Santa Claus, all right? I'm telling you right now that in an altcoin season, when we're in the euphoria phase, the blow off top, so to speak, guys, you could blindfold yourself, throw a dart at the wall, and hit an altcoin that's going to pump. It's just a matter of how much it's going to pump, right? Most altcoins, I'd say 98% of altcoins will generally pump. You have your odd outliers for whatever reason they don't, but it's usually a specific reason that they don't. But you to enter any altcoin you want, especially new ones to this run, right? Take your Swifts, your Onyx coins, your JASMYs, your KASPAs, your XRPs, your Algorand's, your HBARs, your PIF, your SUI, your whatever it is, right? They're all gonna pump, guys. It's just a matter of time before the altcoin season kicks off, right? So too many people get stuck. There's this mentality that newer people to crypto get, and it says, listen, JASMY hasn't pumped yet, and this coin's pumping. So I get asked this question all the time. They say, should I take my JASMY or whatever it is that's not pumping, sell it, and move it over to this project that's pumping? No, you should never do that. That's a terrible idea. But most people get caught in that trap, right? You be patient, right? You be patient, because the second you sell the project that's not pumping for something that is, whatever you bought is going to dump, and whatever you were holding is going to pump. Okay, that's the karma of crypto investing. All right, so patience is key, guys. Patience is key. All right, what else do we got? Let's see here. Cointelegraph on X. Bullish Bitcoin is $100 trillion idea.
Let's talk about this, because Larry Fink, he is like, they say when people become believers, when they're non-believers and they become believers, they become staunch believers. Like, he's bought into this big time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the reality here is that Bitcoin is $1.5 trillion today. This is $100 trillion idea. This is $100 trillion technology. Money itself is the biggest total addressable market in the world, and bonds, stocks, real estate have all sort of been monetized in a world where the dollar, the euro, the yen can't work as a store of value. So Bitcoin, Wall Street is starting to understand that this is not just a speculative asset to punt around. This is something that should be in every core portfolio, in every retirement account, in every pension, in every young investor's portfolio, in every corporate balance sheet.
And it will be, guys. It will be. We're already seeing pension funds getting into Bitcoin ETFs. Bitcoin is going to be a part of pretty much everyone's going to want to taste in their portfolios, okay? Not only of Bitcoin, as we move forward, probably in a series of altcoins, right? Especially top ones, right? With utility. That's where utility is really going to start to take effect and take hold. Is these pension funds, these big institutions, they're going to want to invest in projects that have utility, right? They have a company that's like that has RWA. That's why RWA is so big right now, guys. Real world assets. That's like the tokenization, guys. I'm telling you, that's where it's going to be at. All right, what else do we got? Gary Gensler has been the single worst regulator in the history of crypto imaginable.
Gary Gensler has been the single worst regulator in the history of crypto imaginable.
That's what I just said.
And so the good news is, and this was basically good news once Biden dropped out of the race, whoever Trump or Harris pick is going to be better than Gensler. And in a way, because the crypto community has done a pretty good job on the politics, not only is Trump actively seeking their support, but Harris is as well. And so we know that we'll get someone better than Gensler, and then hopefully we'll start getting favorable policies.
So let's talk about the favorable policies. What are like the one or two that are the most problematic that you hope to get?
Well, I mean, the most important thing would be who actually regulates crypto itself. So there's been this sort of turf war in Washington between the CFTC and the SEC over that. I think everyone on the crypto side of it really prefers the CFTC, and we're regulated as a commodity, not a security. But ultimately, to me, the thing that Gensler has done that I have found almost offensive is the unwillingness to tell the crypto industry what is and isn't legal. You know, it's one thing to say, okay, this is not okay, this is okay, and we can fight about whether or not, you know, we agree, but to just say, like, do what you're going to do, and maybe I'll put you in jail, maybe I won't, like, that's un-American, right? And so, you know, whether it's margin lending or anything else, I really think more than any one specific policy, it's just A, being treated with some basic respect, and B, just having information and predictability.
It is un-American. Yes, I would say that Gary Gensler is behaving in an un-American way. Absolutely. Speaking of good old Gare Bear, let's get into it here. So Coinbase escalates SEC fight over the agency's inside chatter on Ethereum. The company's go-between on a quest to see SEC documents, History Associates, told a court it intends to ask for an immediate judgment in the dispute over internal communications. Now, this worked for Ripple in the Ripple case, guys. Make no mistake about it. Ripple did get access to the internal documents when they asked for it. A search firm confirmed Hired intends to ask a judge for a quick call on whether it should get key SEC documents that might reveal how the agency came to view crypto tokens as securities. The federal court could decide whether the company and the public get to see what the SEC officials said in the private discussions. Now, here's what I think will happen. The same thing that happened in the Ripple case. Ripple was able to see the documents, but the public was not, and they were not. They ended up eventually being allowed to see the documents, but it took months and months and months for that to happen, right? And a lot of it was redacted as well. So I think something similar will happen here, right? Coinbase will be allowed to see the documents, but they won't be able to reveal what's in them, outside of the court case, so to speak, right? An intermediary for the biggest U.S. crypto exchange, Coinbase, is cranking up its legal fight over the SEC's unwillingness to produce documents revealing the regulator's internal thinking on whether to pursue Ethereum and other tokens as illegal securities. Coinbase hired History Associates, Inc. to pursue SEC communications under the Freedom of Information Act, a process that initially concluded with the agency denying the request by citing that the documents were connected to an ongoing investigation. Coinbase hired a gun eventually sued. Coinbase's hired gun eventually sued over the denial. The History Associates is preparing to ask the U.S. court for a of the District of Columbia to force the hand of the agency, which has since suggested the reason for its initial denial may no longer be valid. Quote, lacking reasonable alternatives, History Associates intends to move for partial summary. Then it breaks and says judgment on the SEC's generated documents. The company said in a notice, oh, that just jumped on me, in a notice filed on Monday with the court detailing that the plan to ask for the court ruling. A spokesperson for the SEC told CoinDesk the agency declines to comment beyond our public filings. Quote, over a year ago, we made a FOIA request aimed at files on ETH 2.0 and other mysteries. Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Graywall, said in a post on X, arguing that the internal agency communications belong to all of us, not the SEC. We then sued and end their stall, only to get an entirely new set of excuses. Coinbase has been conducting a multi-front legal fight with the SEC, including battling over the SEC's enforcement actions that accused the company of running an illegal securities business, a petition by the company to force the agency to make crypto-specific regulations, and this conflict over whether insider messages on the SEC's crypto thinking should be subject to public review. These disputes could, in the absence of swift congressional action, eventually form a legal foundation on how the digital asset industry may proceed in the US. Guys, as we saw in the Ripple case, this was absolutely devastating to the SEC's case when they had to turn over all relevant documents to Ripple. This could be just as devastating. There's a reason the SEC doesn't want to hand these documents over, just like there was a reason in the Ripple case, right? So I think that if they get this decision, which I do think that they will, no different than Ripple did, it's going to be absolutely devastating to the SEC once again in this case. So, all right, guys, let's go back over to the BTC chart. We're still above, but we're kind of pulling back a little bit. Hopefully we got to stay above that trend line here, guys. We got to close upside here, but we still got 3.5 hours to go. All right. I'm going to jump back into the chat here, guys. Like I said before, make sure you're smashing that like and subscribe button. Nacho, hey Rob, man, hope everything is well. Currently working DoorDash, but we'll be listening to your live. I am Jasmine. Nice, brother. Like I said, drive safe, man. Drive safe. Triple J, I got you. I scared you, did I? Les, what's up, buddy? Is the company handle still in play, Rob? Yes, my friend, it is. Sun is hot. What's going on, buddy? Jetpack's in the house. What's up, man? YM Champ, what's up, man? Looks like they liquidated shorts and longs in like 2 hours. They did, yes. Glad to see it bounce back. BTC dominance is going up. Eventually, it will top all, and all coins can run. Yes, exactly. First step is we got to close, like I said, above this trend line. This is crucial. Let's get a candle close today in 3.5 hours above there and continue upwards, right? Nacho, what was crazy was how Bitcoin almost hits 58K, 56, about 20 minutes. That was nuts. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's liquidations, right? And Funky just waking up. Why the red today? I don't. We're actually broken out. Like I said, right here on Bitcoin, my friend. We had a little bit of market manipulation today, chasing some longs and shorts, but all in all, we're still looking pretty good, man. We're still looking pretty good. So that, my friends, is the news this afternoon. I will be back later this evening for another live stream. So I will see you guys then. As always, guys, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you get over to the Patreon, guys. Get your one-on-one coaching calls booked in, or join our group video coaching calls. They're so much fun, guys. I'll see you guys over on the Patreon, and I'm doing a group video call over there in a little bit. So make sure you're there. The link is down below. It's in the pinned comments, and it's in the chat. I'll see you guys over there. I'll see you later.